Hey guys, my name's Kurtis, and I am one half of the channel of Kurtis and Chelsey. Now, I know I've been teasing this for a couple weeks if you guys have been following along, but we do have a surprise for you. That's why Chelsey's not here. I can't announce it yet. We're working on it, I promise, so bear with us. But in this video, we're gonna go over 5 reasons why you need to visit Poland. Let's go. So the first reason that you're gonna wanna visit Poland, and one that's probably most important to us, is the price. Guys, Poland is extremely inexpensive. Although Poland is in Europe, they are not on the euro. They're on their own currency called the zloty. So that means when we go as Canadians, our dollar goes 3 to 1, and it really stretches that far. So to put this in perspective, we went to Poland in August, so about 6 months ago, for my grandparents' 55th wedding anniversary. We took everybody out to a Michelin 5-star restaurant. Now, if you don't know what a Michelin 5-star restaurant is, it's basically one of those really fancy schmancy restaurants where you get like 4 or 5 courses for your meal. If you were to go anywhere in Canada or the US to a Michelin 5-star restaurant, it'd probably cost you at least $100 per person, if not more, not including drinks, wine, the whole kit and caboodle. That being said, we took my grandparents, my aunt and uncle, their little daughter, plus me and Chelsey. We ordered an appetizer, a main course, a couple of drinks, dessert. We did it all, and it only cost us $300 Canadian. Unreal. So like I said, if you were gonna do this in Canada or the US, I'm betting this would cost you like $1,000 minimum to take out 7 people to a Michelin 5-star restaurant. It is extremely reasonable. So seriously, if you plan your trip out right, you could probably get away with spending $30 a day on food. And who wouldn't be up for that? The second reason that you need to go to Poland is Old Town Krakow. This is one of our favorite places to stay, and we stayed just around the block in a really trendy Airbnb. Old Town Krakow was one of the first urban UNESCO World Heritage Sites. This is a great place to get some good food, like I just said. You can wander around, go in and out of shops, get drinks, spend some time on the patio. We actually sat out in the patio all afternoon in Old Town Krakow, and the patio that we were on overlooked the square. It was beautiful, and you're sitting basically underneath castle. There was one particular moment on this trip that I remember walking down the street, and I was just listening to all the different noises and sounds. There was people bustling around. There was horse carriages clip-clopping around, taking tourists around the square. And in the faint distance, you can hear music of accordions going. I remember turning to Chelsey and saying, like, this place isn't even real. This reminds me of like something that's too staged, like Vegas when you go down the Miracle Mile. It looks too neat and too clean. It was definitely a surreal experience. At any time, I swear, the lights were gonna turn on and they were gonna tell me I was in the middle of the Truman Show or something. The third reason you need to visit Krakow, Poland is for the history. Krakow is a super old city and has been through a lot. Throughout the city, there are huge castles like Wawel Castle that was built in the 1500s. I can't even imagine what life was like then, but fast forward just 70 years ago and this castle was invaded by Nazis at one point. Speaking of the Holocaust, World War II happened right in Poland. There was so much history and so much to learn. There was a lot of tragedy that took place, but it was so interesting, and getting the locals' point of view was definitely something to learn from. A few of the places that we visited is something that everyone should have to see in their lifetime. We did a tour of the Jewish ghettos, which is where the Jews were moved before concentration camps. Inside the ghetto is Schindler's Factory, which, if you haven't seen Schindler's List the movie yet, it's rated on a bunch of lists as being the #1 movie ever made. Confession, before we went to Poland, we didn't see Schindler's List. After going and seeing Schindler's Factory and learning more about the Holocaust, we came home and immediately watched the movie. And guys, they did a really good job on this movie, and it really puts into perspective what happened during the Holocaust and what life was like for the Jews leading up to it. Outside of Krakow, there was a couple other stops that we made, like Birkenau and Auschwitz. These are some of the biggest and deadliest concentration camps in all of World War II. While we were here, we didn't take many photos or video. We were kind of overwhelmed with the situation. It's seriously bone-chilling walking through a place like Auschwitz and Birkenau, but every Polish person we met was very serious and willing to talk about this. As they said, we need to tell the world about this so that we make sure it doesn't happen again. The fourth reason that you need to go to Poland is the food. Guys, the food here is unreal. It didn't matter where we went. The first morning we woke up, we just found a place in the square and I ordered something pretty mundane. I just ordered an Eggs Benedict. It was literally the best Eggs Benedict I ever had. And it didn't matter where I went, what I ordered, if it was a pizza, if it was a kebab, everything was just a little bit better in Poland. Seriously, it didn't even matter if you went and had a drink or a beer. something about Poland. Everything was just a little bit better. Also, while we were there, we happened to run into the Pierogi Fest. How fitting to be in Poland and be at the Pierogi Fest. But we found ourselves trying out a whole bunch of different kinds of pierogies. Meat pierogies, potato pierogies, dessert pierogies. They were all there and they were all so good. I wish one day they'll bring a Pierogi Fest to Canada, but we'll see. And the fifth reason why I think you should go to Poland is the architecture. If you guys like to sightsee, if you like old buildings that are meticulously maintained, in the middle of the square there's a beautiful church there that's, again, very well maintained. As I said earlier, this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so they take very good care of Old Town Krakow. It is very touristy, but if you get up in the morning, you'll be there all by yourself and you can really take everything in. Seriously, this place is so clean. You could eat off the floors. Chelsey and I got up one morning, like I just suggested, to go and get some photos in the square. And at 5:30, 6 a.m., there would look to be city workers picking up garbage. There were big street sweepers on the street, and then there were even small street sweepers on the sidewalk that would get in between and all the nooks and crannies. The streets that looked like they were polished every day was so clean. I swear you could have ate off them. And the last bonus tip on why I think you should go to Poland is the people. Every Polish person we met was super friendly. Us being Canadian, we obviously speak English. Ignorantly, we didn't study. We didn't try to learn a bit of Polish before we went, but honestly, it was so easy to get around. Everybody in Poland knows a little bit of English. From what I understand, they do have to learn English in school, so English was easily accessible and everybody was so nice. Poland, we miss you already, and we miss the people even more. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much for having us. Hopefully, one day we'll be able to come back very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you learned a little bit about Poland, and maybe we even convince you to go one day. Who knows? If you guys like this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more weekly travel videos, and we hope we can help you find your adventure. Bye.